All right, let's get into autism and a little bit of a different positive spectrum, because we need to understand some things that kind of the earth and man and whatever's kind of being reset. And there's nothing good or bad about this. We just kind of live in a time frame where these things are together, and since we live in these things, we're kind of like choked out and either way, let's put these things together for us, because the reprogramming of the mind and making where these people have, like a lot of these autistic kids, they have gifts and talents that are in focus areas per se, like it's focused on something, or they have a fascination on something or whatever, right? This can be the brain is just kind of, it's a computer, and there's different things that are open and closed. So basically what's been happening is something in the environment, like RFK is saying, there's something being consumed on a frequency level: food, water, drink, perfumes, fragrances, whatever, okay? All these things are being took in, and you can't ever get away from it in our world. So as all these things, we're in this blended time figuring out all this stuff. You take the good and bad, mix it together, and you get a new good. That's where we're kind of at. We had the good old days. Now we got the bad days. We're taking the two and we're going to push them forward. Okay? So as we're doing these things, the new heaven and earth, the new human being, the new man is being developed, and we're going into, they were looking at making like superhumans and superpowers and those types of things. This is kind of tying into where the last are first, where these kids, they have this program that's wired to this focal point, and we need to open it up, and once it opens up, it builds off that focal point. Okay, so this is where they would have that kind of superpower built into that branch. Okay, and then we'd be getting a new branch for like the tribes that we read about in different ways or whatever, for like a world setting, as far as how man would be taken from for the next round of breeding stock or whatever kind of thing. Okay, because you just live in a big lab, petri dish, projection, whatever kind of thing. Okay, and we're all part of this show, but we don't realize we're part of this show, and you got people watching you over here or watching you over there, and this can be, and people watch you all the time, or like so as we're all part of this grand movie, there's somebody that's running the land of Oz, all right? That's running the whole world, in a matter of speaking, that brings all these things together. So as we're all the sons of God, and we all have the light of God working in us, and if we all live in this projection that is controlled by God, this is where it's very important that we have the right king in place, or the right powers in place, and those types of things. And this is where these different AI systems are on board, or like you have an American AI or Chinese AI and whatever else. Okay, so and you may have to go through this Terminator side in order to get to the Jetsons and those types of things, and that would be because of the stuff that's been placed upon the earth and whatever that's been loaded up for the extras. So as this stuff is being put and loaded down into the 80-20, basically the extras upon the earth, and we begin this window into heaven to come and detox and to cleanse these things and to get the metals out of your body in different ways and whatever else, and the metals in the body, depending on what you got in you or whatever. Some may have a physical screw or plate inside of you, or some of you may have a loaded down of mercury or lead or whatever, okay? Iron. These can be bringing you down in frequency when the 5G, 4G, 3G, all these things turn on, and these things can be interfering with us as we are these things flow through us. We're water. We are part of this water atmosphere. We are light. We are matter. We are all these things. We are a walking, talking earth with the sun inside of us that gives us life, that gives us thoughts, all these things. Okay, so as all these things work together, this is where the mound of earth moving in from one age to another age, the test of men, all these things have been done, but we also are going to go into a time of repair, and that's where the real money is at. And they did an old documentary way back when, how they would pollute, and then you make millions and billions polluting, and you make trillions cleaning up. So this is where your doctors don't know shit, and you can go to people like self-made doctors per se that have spent the time and the energy and whatever, that's gone out and done the research with the body themselves and have kept their body under control and don't have the physical ailments that the 80% have, and their kids they don't need to go to the doctor and haven't been to the doctor, and they've never been sick and don't have any of those mental issues and all this other shit, okay? Because all this therapy, the rapey, they're coming in and raping your mind as you go into the grievous sin of the Sodom and Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh, I've done so wrong. I got all these problems. I need to go talk to somebody about all the problems I have. You ain't got no fucking problems. You know why? Because everybody has your same story in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Everybody's got some daddy issue. Everybody's got some mama issue. Everybody has some boyfriend. Everybody has some bar story where they slept with some dude or some girl they didn't. They had some coyote ugly moment where they what did I do? Okay. So we're all just human. We're all doing what we have to do to get by at that moment. And sometimes we got to bend the rules when we don't necessarily want to and whatever else. But it doesn't mean everybody needs to be locked up in a fucking cage like they're trying to do here the past 40 years, 30 years in America, and they programmed you with cops, bad boys, what you gonna do? And now you got the Ice Age coming in, so it's just the replay in your reality. So the kids, get off on the side note, but we're just being brought down in one way so they can build you up in another way, and they're going to build you up ready to go. And the ready and the go is before you. Okay? So we'll end it here, folks.